Today is the 3rd anniversary of Spider-Man PS4's release, so today I want to take a look back and share my thoughts on the game 3 years later. Let's get into it. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Spider-Man. I thought he was the coolest superhero. I remember dressing up as him for Halloween, playing with the toys, and playing the Spider-Man games on Xbox and Gameboy. I absolutely loved watching the Raimi movies growing up, and I remember seeing Spider-Man 3 at the theater with my family. After that, I kind of just stopped being into Spider-Man for some reason. I was growing up, and there are so many other things and hobbies to do that Spider-Man fell to the wayside. A little bit down the line, I saw Spider-Man in his first few MCU appearances, but I didn't think much of it. Something changed in the fall of 2018. I had just created my YouTube channel and I was thinking about what kind of games I could play. I found out that Spider-Man PS4 was coming out soon, so I thought that would be a great game to make videos on. The game released on September 7th, and I played the game so much, and my love for Spider-Man started to come back. The game helped me remember how awesome he was and how I enjoyed this franchise. This was my 2018 Game of the Year for sure. Into the Spider-Verse came out a few months later, which further engrossed me into the franchise and really sold me on Miles as a character. The Miles Morales game made me fall in love with the character even more and got me excited for Spider-Man 2. Ever since then, I've been really into all things Spider-Man, whether it be movies, games, and memes. I know that reviewers saying that they felt like Spider-Man while playing is a bit overdone, but I don't think they're wrong. Spider-Man PS4 is one of the best Spider-Man games in terms of giving you the Spider-Man experience. Well, apart from the danger and the extreme physicality, the gameplay in Spider-Man PS4 is near perfect. Swinging is fun and satisfying, and I found myself swinging around for hours and hours after I beat the main story. Insomniac really nailed the movement here, and it's arguably the most important part of the game. Swinging is always fun because there's so many ways to approach it. You can just swing straight through the city if you want, or you can break your swings by running along the sides of buildings and hopping across rooftops. If you want to gain some speed, you can dive and then swing right before you hit the ground to zoom across the city. Combat in Spider-Man PS4 is great. It's simple and it's easy to get the hang of. It has a complexity for players who want higher level gameplay. All the attacks he does make you think of Spider-Man and fulfills that power fantasy of actually being him and beating up bad guys. Combat in Spider-Man PS4 is also complemented by gadgets which give the player different choices on how they want to do an encounter. This makes combat feel robust. The options are unlimited. Another big component of the Spider-Man experience is visuals and world design. New York City looks absolutely amazing in this game, and it is so visually appealing. Insomniac made the city seem real and lived in, with the cars driving around, pedestrians yelling at each other, and the art all around the city. It's tons of fun just to slow down and admire the high level of detail in the city. It doesn't just feel like an empty sandbox for Spider-Man to swing around in, it actually feels like New York. Insomniac Spider-Man is my favorite version of the character, and Spider-Man PS4 is hands down the best Spider-Man story in terms of games and movies. After playing Spider-Man Remastered recently, I remembered how good the story and the characters were. I enjoyed Miles Morales' story, but it holds nothing to Spider-Man PS4. We were really spoiled with this game, getting 20 plus hours just for the main story. I absolutely love how we got a more experienced Spider-Man in this game. I think that a lot of people were tired with the origin story after the Raimi and the Amazing movies, so fast forwarding a bit was the right choice. Yuri and the supporting cast do spectacular jobs, and his characterization of the web-slinger is the ultimate version for me. He just isn't an iteration of Spider-Man, he is Spider-Man. Peter's dynamic with Dr. Octavius is so fun to see. A story with just them as the focal points would have been more than enough, but we get the Sinister Six as antagonists and Martin Lee as the great new villain. Learning about his past and what led up to him becoming Mr. Negative is so enthralling and it kept me interested, even though he is a relatively new villain. Another thing I loved about this version of Spider-Man is Peter's relationship with MJ. I enjoy seeing them interact and go through their own personal relationship problems. Introducing Miles in the game was another awesome touch, which paid off in a huge way in the Miles Morales game. The story and the characters are really what reignited my love for Spider-Man and got me back into the community. John Paisano created a beautiful score for Spider-Man PS4. The music in the game really captures the essence of Spider-Man. The music here is magnificent and it's very similar to a movie soundtrack, kind of like the Raimi movies. The music picks up when you begin to swing and it makes you feel so heroic. What you hear changes depending on what you're doing. You're going to have different music for when you're swinging, in a fight, doing a puzzle, etc. The music helps keep the energy of the game up and it helps keep your excitement at high levels. I listen to the soundtrack even when I'm not playing the game. It's that good. Music in games in general seems to be overlooked, but games like this one are why music deserves more attention, because when it's done right, it enhances the experience and it makes it more well-rounded. My favorite tracks from the game are the main theme and the final boss fight with Doc Ock. In this chapter, we're going to take a look back at the game and talk about things I think could be improved and things I didn't quite like. The main conflict with Martin Li and Doc Ock was executed flawlessly, but less so with the Sinister Six. I felt like they were just kind of thrown at you. It is awesome to fight a team of iconic villains, but I wish there was a bit more development with those characters. The missions in this game are fun and exciting for the most part, but things come to a screeching halt when you have to do the Miles and MJ missions. They weren't horrible or anything, but I would rather just be Spider-Man. The one mission I like with MJ is the one where you're in the Grand Central Station trying to sneak through, and you can direct Spider-Man to web up guys. It's actually a lot of fun. I think that Miles could have been fleshed out a tiny bit more so that his impact in his own game was bigger. Another thing I wish this game had was the ability to replay missions. I was spoiled with Miles Morales where I could replay any mission whenever I wanted to, but if I wanted to replay a certain mission in Spider-Man PS4, I would have to load the right save or replay the game. Lastly, Peter's swinging is a bit lackluster compared to Miles's, but I think this will be improved in the sequel. Spider-Man PS4 is an amazing game, and thanks to it, I'm the Spider-Man fan I am now. I'm happy I decided to pick up this game and reignite my love for Spider-Man. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe and check out this playlist of other Spider-Man videos I've made. Have a good one.